as we're coming out of the asteroid field.
Let's get out of here. Ready for light speed? 1, 2, 3! It's not fair. Transfer circuits are working. It's not my fault.
All right. Oh, hell, Millennium Falcon fans. We're back with the cockpit. Yeah, now it's time to do the front of the cockpit. Well, let me pull up the instructions, because after the intro, we're going to look at these instructions so I can point out something so you don't lose your mind if you're doing this. Now, what I want to point out here, right over here, before we get to the stickers, you see this number 4? Put that out of your mind. Just erase that from here. Okay, there's a plastic piece apparently, and I got to find it. But we'll get back to 4 later. We're going to just stick right here with number 5 and number 11. They're 2 separate pieces. Now, this is not a sticker. I know it looks like it should be, but you get confused. This is actually just pointing out that you got to poke out these holes in this sticker, H, which goes on this piece. Then this piece then fits in number 5. That took me about 30 minutes to figure that out. So I just want to point that I was looking everywhere. I was looking for another sticker. I was confused. It don't take much to it doesn't take much to get me confused. That's for darn sure. Anyhow, let's get into my favorite part, these transfer stickers. People with skinny hands have no problem. I got big hands. It's one wrong move and everything goes off. Anyhow, let's hope we get this good. Got a lot of practice with it. Then I got to do the fibers. I ordered the fibers. I'll show you all that anyhow. Enough talking. Let's get moving. I'll be back. All right. There was some idiot sales call calling me. I got to answer my phone no matter what. Never know when somebody's trying to put without even knowing it. Oh, anyhow, all I did was, well, took these two pieces and brought them in. And now this is going to take, right now we're just folding. We're going to be gluing next. But I ordered some new things for gluing. I want to test, whoa, now be careful. I'm going to have to glue that right there. But we're going to make sure everything works out before we start doing things. All right. Now, this is going to fold like queso. Queso. And then this folds over and under. Okay. Don't ask me why. But that's how it is, and that's why I said we're gonna wait till we glue everything's in place, because now here's the tricky part. It has to be a tricky part. Gotta glue this piece on here. Gotta remember this piece. This is the piece we had so much fun with. This is written in once we get everything set. It goes like that, so you can see. I promise everybody, I'm going to get this thing, this camera, one of my cameras, my side camera's working. I'm gonna have to glue this. Okay, that goes glue there, and but I guess we could. Could we? We could. Right, before I get my hands full of glue. That's going to go in here, but that's a whole different world. I'm going to fold this now. Like so. Okay. So you get that little slant. It's got to be like that now. Got to be flush. Straight. Then you got another fold. Okay. Okay. Then we got another fold like that. Okay. Then after that, let's just test it. Test fit it. This is going to go in here. Everything's got to work out just right for it to work. To stand exactly the way we want it to. Okay. That's how it is. Okay. That's how it goes. Ooh, that little thing's sharp as hell. Ooh, ooh. What's got me that time? Look at myself. Okay. Okay. Now, just wanted to make sure that we didn't fold it too much. Now, on this one, it's gonna. All right, this is gonna. Well, there we go. You should use a straight edge. No. Okay. More control with my hand. Sometimes you really should use a straight edge for this. I have more control with my hand. Okay, now we bend this down like that. Okay. And that's how. And then this little piece right here, almost cut my hand on. That's gonna That I might have to get the straight edge for. Oh, got it. Boy. There we go. Notice I have not ran my fibers yet. I'm going to fold it first. Because if I ran my fibers, I wouldn't be able to fold it. Okay. Okay. That's that. Now. And then you fold it right there and let it touch. We haven't glued everything up yet because we want to make sure everything fits. Oh yeah, you see. That's what I should tell you. You just gotta laugh at yourself, you know. Because if you don't do it, no, that's what. Oh, I just forgot to fold this piece. And I'm gonna have to definitely. I want to run the fibers before I do that. Before I do this, because you gotta fold it right here. And we'll definitely use the straight edge, but I want to be able to get in here because I got to get in there to put the fibers in. I don't want to break that, but at least we got it kind of where it needs to be. I'll get my glue and all that together, and we'll come back. Okay, now we're back, and we've been, and darn it, the stickers have dried. I have not placed. I got this for my wife for her birthday. I'm testing it out for her. And it's one of those where you put the, because sometimes, man, to go over there to the studio shed that I'm putting together and got that darn paint booth up, it's a time or two. But this puts the markers in there, and basically you can just look, you do. And that's how it's supposed to work. I'm going to tell you, it's a hit and miss. It's a hit and it's a miss. And you got one way it does right. You got to tilt it. That's what I noticed. You got to tilt it. But I mean, for a quick paint, I really like it. I mean, it's quick. And the markers are great. So this is something I found on the TikTok shop. And actually worked. Go figure. Anyhow, enough about that. That's what I painted this with. I got to paint over because I scratched the heck out of the things. So I put the red micro sol on these, and it's all dry now. Now we got to modify one of our pieces. But right now, let's just do shrub and look at the fiber optics on this thing. Now you got to plan ahead. There's a couple of ways one could go about this. If you notice, the cameras are working a little bit better. Yeah, I got a brand new camera. Yeah, go figure that. Brand new camera. All right. So there's it here. In the fiber, in the paragraphs in the metal, you got holes. Okay. Now, Evan's design, I went ahead and got the. Well, that's my 3mm tube. Now I got a tube from 3D Falcon. We'll be putting that together and turning that on, but that's my testing tube. I got the 0.5mm fiber optics. What? Now, what we're going to do is have to put these things in here. And you got to plan out. Now, I'm not going to light it up as like a Christmas tree like I did the back of it. But Cut that out too. It'd be very, 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 very. It takes a long time, especially when you got to be careful you don't break. Not doing anything. Hey, I'm gonna go blind doing this. Okay. You push them through the back. Be very careful with these things. And see, now once when they go through, you got a light. Well, what you got to do, there's a couple ways to do this, but I found the safe. Well, it would be nice if y'all could see. I got my instructions. My instructions I've been looking at for about a month. Okay. So when you put them in like this, you got to take this top part right here, this very, very top. You got to make a little bulb on it. There's a couple ways you could go about that. You could use this little fire, like that. You got to be careful. Okay, and it creates a little bulb. Or you could get a soldering iron, and you could use that. Well, I'm going to let you know clear and right now, I'm not using that soldering iron. I just know, unless I'm soldering wires, I'm going to burn the heck out of my hand. Okay. So that's how that goes. Now you got to run the things. Now, if you notice, I haven't painted it a color. Because you can do this, I feel like I'm teaching my college class. You can do this one of two ways. You get a whole bunch of bulbs. Red, blue, your normal, your yellow. And you run each one of these things to it. And that blinks and all that. And that's great because, you know, you kind of want to do the blinks differently. But I'm going to bring out in a few minutes, I'm going to run some of these. And I'm going to bring out the 3D Falcon mod. Now, a lot of times when I'm building these mods, I build it on the impression maybe people don't, you know, want to spend all that money to enhance their model. And look, your model's yours, so don't get me wrong. It doesn't matter if you spend it or not. This model I'm building, this Falcon, is going to be one I'm selling. So it's the what the whoa. What happened there? If this thing breaks, I'm going to go to cussing. And I ain't talking little cussing. I am talking, I'm going to go nuts. You got to be careful with these things. Might as well just go ahead and glue it. Before that happens. Oh, you got to be careful. Yeah, see, it fell off. God bless America. Now I get to show you how to fix it. Ah, ding thing. It ain't gonna be hard to fix, but it's a pain in the royal tush. I should have ran the damn wires before. Okay, anyhow, we'll have to fix that. Ain't nothing new. Cat knows breaks a couple of things every now and then. Alright, well, that's good. We'll run those and find my, because we got to mod this thing too. So, and that'll tell me how far. What we're going to do, we're going to go underneath these things right here and come out. So that's what we're doing. And I will get the side camera over closer so you can see, zoom in as we do this. But, okay, welcome back to our continuing quest to get this cockpit assembly done so we can move on with the rest of the build. All right, now we got this piece out here, and it says we got to clear the spaces under this hole for the throttle. Well, it's our piece, and our piece is going to sit right over here. That's exactly how it sits. Okay. Now, just like that. And then this thing would come right over here, and it's not bent right. And I gotta fix one part of it already, because we're gonna do the fiber optics. So the plan is, watching this thing, go ahead and, it's underneath here, it's open. Cut this piece out here, not this piece, just this square piece right here, and that'll give me the hole I will need to run my fibers underneath here and out, as well as with the fibers over here at the top. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Hopefully I come back with my fingers intact, and that's what I plan to do. And just to show you the beginning, the before, and then I'll come back with the after. All right, we are back, and we have cut our hole in the piece. Yeah, and now, see, I haven't glued it down because one of the things is I find that I don't glue my pieces into place until everything is done, and we still have to run the fiber optics. But when I unfolded it, and I didn't break this, that's good. I broke the other one, and then, you know, not too bad, but I went to glue that back together. I went over to see my buddy Chuck over at Hub Hobby on Airline Highway, and Chuck told me this glue right here, canopy glue, Zap canopy glue, is good for these Paragrafix stickers. When we do the I got 13 of these things that I have to do. We'll get to this little thing in a minute. And what I did was, they're 10 inches long, each one of this 13. There's I'm gonna tell you what. There's 9 that goes into here. And there's gonna be the remaining 4 or 5. I don't know, it may go up to 14 of them. But right now, I only plan to put, I'm gonna put 10 in here. I'm planning it out, but I want to show you the finished product. But I want to be real clear of what we're doing in this stage, so you can, I tell you, filming it and doing this, I'm doing this for your benefits, because I found that I cannot find anything on YouTube, so I want to bring it to y'all with a 3D. I mean, 3D Falcon's a great product, but how to do this stuff is a little that's why I'm doing these videos, and I know it's long, but good grief, you can't do them any other way. They're gonna put chapters in here. So here's our fiber optic. Now, you can, when you're working with fiber optics, it's best to plan out your run. So I've already done that. So I know they're going to run from here. They're going to go into the cockpit. Then they're going to go into this thing, which we'll get to in a minute. That's how. And so the 10 inches is enough that if we, it's enough of a run right now. We may have to trim it later, but it's long enough, is what I'm saying. You don't want to go shorter, go longer, but you got to make a little bulb up in here. Now, you can use a soldering iron and touch the tip, and it'll make the bulb, and put it aside. But I got bad luck, and if I use the soldering iron, I'm going to burn my hand. So there's another alternative to it. Get one of these things, and all you do, you bring it over by that fire, and you just touch the tip, and you blow it out, and it'll create the little bulb you need. Now, after we do the bulb, we're putting it in here. You got to plan where it's best to look at the back of it. See, like, look at the back of it. and find a hole you want to use. Okay, like this hole here. And find out where that hole is at. Put your saw that? Just went right over there. You have to get your magnifying glass on for this stuff because it is like, one, I ain't got good eyes to begin with. And I can't use my glasses while I do this because I can't see with the glasses on. So I gotta put my these things on to find those holes. But if I make my little hole in it right here, okay, that's where it was. No, it wasn't. It was over here. And put another hole in. I hate putting those things on. Give me a headache. I'll have to put them on. I just have to put them on. I can't see it. I'll put my magnifying glass on. Come over here. Grab the thing again. Ow. See, that's exactly why I'm not using a soldering iron. You heard that ow, huh? I hit the... All right. Grab the right end of it. I'm going to throw a big giant party when I finish this cockpit. You got to be careful because you'll scrape the heck out of the... Let's do it again. All right, the second one. All right. Well, actually, if I use my common sense, I could just put it in here. And yeah, that would probably be a better idea. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I found a better way. Yeah. Let me get another one. So what it would be a good idea is to just go ahead, plan it out, and put them in where you want them to go. Then make the bulb. Like that. Ugh. Then make the bulb. You're not sitting there trying to do what I was doing. Just go ahead, okay. All right, and the bulb sticks like that. Now that the bulb is in there and it's stuck, when I get them all in there, we're going to put a little dab of the glue right on the bottom of this bulb, and we're going to hang it and dry. But first, get all of your fibers kind of in there. Again, the reason you do that, you need to glue them, because if you don't glue them, I do see some of the gold, so I'm going to paint that up with some of my paints. If you don't glue them, you put them in your model, they'll do this at some point. And you have all that, so you have to secure them some kind of way. So that's on the running of the fibers. If you got questions, leave them in the comments. Okay, now we're going to move over to this board here. Okay, now that we have applied our glue, canopy glue, and glued in the bulbs, and all, I got about 15 of these fibers installed. So now they're not going to move up, so they're all nice and down where they're supposed to be. So that's good. Okay, I just want to kind of take you over here, and now I'm going to, in a few seconds, I'm going to show you how to operate this. This is just your standard way of lighting the fiber optics. If you don't have the control board, you just simply get one of these sleeves. It's a 3mm sleeve, and put a 3mm bulb in. I'm going to go ahead and dim the lights just so you can see that they do work. Before we put our clear coat, we still have a lot of work to do, and now I'm going to have to split this video because it's a little bit more entailed than I thought. In our next video, we're all going to do the assembly of this cockpit. And as far as the inside, and we got the outside to work on. Got to add some red lights to it and paint it. So the cockpit is becoming quite the project. Ha 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 ha! You saw that? We got to put the fibers in. That's just about right. Yeah, in order for it to work, make sure you put the fibers in. Nothing's going to happen if you don't put the fibers in. Just letting you know, absolutely nothing's going to happen. And some more of these. Just going to be one color for right now, but that is definitely not how it's going to come out in the end. This is just a test of the lighting. Okay, there we go. Whoa. Maybe put a black piece of tape so I don't forget what side I'm doing. Okay. Fibers did come on. I did them in. What it is that they're not. I'm pulling too hard. Normally you would put some glue in here and glue them inside, but I'm not doing that because these are going into a different tube altogether. And I just, okay, I'm trying not to do that again. There we go. And you can see them flashing on there. So that's where we're at here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the big overhead light so you can see a little better. There we go. That's them flashing there. And well, pretty good. And that's just for the cockpit. Now, every time I get up, I lose a little piece of my studio. What was it that time? I'm a big man and this little square box. Doesn't take much. I turn just a little bit. Things start flying off the cuff really quick. There's an incentive to lose weight. I can't fit in this thing. All right, so you want to make sure you downloaded the app for this. Where's my instructions so I can show you the app? So here's the instructions that come with the 3D Falcon kit, and I'm going to help you understand this. A second, these lighting boxes. Get 3 of them. The couplers, they call it. First thing you got to do is make sure you download the LED Connect, the Bluetooth LED Connect. If you don't do that, I promise you'll do it, because there's nothing that doesn't work if you don't do that. It's called the Bluetooth Connect. So and when you do, it's going to pull up your phone, and then you find, well, first make sure you turn on the board. Okay, you're going to hit, where is it at? Millennium Falcon. And now okay, there we go. Now, one thing I want to point out is that I'm not going to do the controllers right now, but if you are doing the battery box, it'll go in here, but you're going to need to buy this splitter from 3D Falcon in order for this to work, okay, on the battery right here, because it will be powered up in the model, but I'm still painting that thing. As you can see, these are many different colors. Now, to adjust the color, I'm going to go buy these meters, and they got 1, 2, and 3. The third one, you hit your screwdriver in, and that's where you can change the colors how you like it. Me, I have to get it back to where I was. You gotta just play with it. Okay. Now, it'll change these 3. I want blue, red, and orange. I tried for yellow, but I'll be there all day. The 4th one changes this one, the last one. See, it's going pink. And you gotta play with what I want it like. I want to make that one kind of like a blue and pink is pretty much the ones you get. Over here you got orange, and they rotate, so that's where all of my, I got 3 of these, and if you look on the board, it's the couplings are 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this is going to be for the cockpit area, and also some of the hold lights as well, where we're going to run the fiber. I start talking about the boxes, and that's why all my fibers are long. Now, in the next video, we'll be putting this piece on here, on the, where you at? There you are. On the actual model, and placing this on top of there. I'm going to run some fiber optics here. So some more fiber optics are coming, and that'll be ran just the same way we did this. And then placing this on top, and then all the fiber will run under here, and then we'll put the back on, and we'll have the cockpit, this section of the cockpit assembled, and we'll be working on the side frames as well, the side, lighting that up. It takes some time. Now I'm going to just kind of recap everything it is that we did with this Paragrafix here. And like my little pointer. Oh my God, there we go. The second time I went to look for my glasses and been on my head the whole time. Use this because I don't know where my little pointer went to. Oh, there you go. This thing here. My dog's upset. It's feeding time. She don't like to hear "welcome back to the channel." She knows I'm trying to build. So, ran our fiber connectors, and the fiber came from Evans Design, and I'll leave a link. They're the 0.5 millimeter fibers. We did about roughly around about 15 of them in here. I thought we was gonna do 13, but we did 15, and that ran out. Now I need to go order some more. They come in a foot, and that's what's going to be going in the other section. This piece here. I'm going to put about 6 in here, so that's coming. And how we did it is, don't forget that you look for the holes and you just push them through, okay? And then after you put all of your fiber in place, you're going to go with the canopy glue. It's going to be white when you apply it, but don't get nervous about that. It dries clear. Chuck told me about this, and the Zap canopy glue really works well. It dried clear. You just put a little bit on each of the fibers at the bottom, and get a stand like this, and just let it sit there for about 24 hours and let it dry. That's what we did, and everything's working out fine. So the next part is the micro gloss. Now we're going to paint the micro gloss on here, and we have to let that dry for 24 hours. And that's why I'm doing this in stages, because it's been a lot of letting it dry and this. I know y'all anxious to see it put together. I can tell you there's nobody anxious as me to get this cockpit finished, so I can get back to building the Falcon and painting it and getting it ready, because my wife won't let me start on the Batman until the Falcon's done. Well, at least we agreed to that, because the Enterprise, well, whew, that's coming along. The Enterprise is not that hard to build. It's just that my studio, it needs to expand. So I'm going to have to be doing some renovations in here to get more room on my build table. But that's just part of model building. But I can't touch the Batman until the Falcon is gone and finished. And that'll have that. It's a 1966 Batman. I love it. And I bought the figures, the plastic figures that we'll be painting up and fixing it on the channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We've got a lot of mods coming. Not mods, but a lot of work on that Batman. Okay. Oh, well. Hey, I got to turn on the ecto, right? You know, I always got a little ecto on in the back. There we go. My little light. And the brain. The mod for those lights are still on there. So, boy, we got a lot more to do on this Falcon. I mean, we got a lot of modifications that's coming. We got to keep painting that. Yeah, painting that. The masking. The airbrushing. Not the best airbrusher, but I get by. So we got a lot of work to do. But I want to get to the weathering of it. That's what really have fun. We're going to weather this son of a gun a lot more than what the model has on it. We're going to get deep, nice. And this thing's going to look, to me, it's just going to look great. I got a lot of ideas. In the next video, again, we're going to be installing that. And I'm going to show you how on the fibers. Now, remember, they're all white. They're not colored fibers that I put in. You can put colored fibers in, but because of that coupling box from 3D Falcon, the coupler, it has those different lights. So what I have to do is I'm going to go with like a blue mark and mark the ones that's going to be blue, the ones that's going to be red, and the ones that's going to be orange, but try to still get that yellow color in there, but still in all. And the good thing about the coupler box, it makes them all sync. So, you know, you're not blinking at the same time. That's good. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I really appreciate any questions you have. You leave them in the comments and give me a like. I'm really trying to just enjoy my hobby and share this with you. I'm not going to, nor ever will look at, you know, making money off it. I don't want to get involved with that. Money off of my YouTube channel. It's not what it's about. It's about sharing my hobby. And yeah, we'll just continue on. I'd like to give a big shout out to my two pals out there. Really stuck by me through all of this changes and all. A big shout out to Mark's Mods and PJ Cooper, and of course my friend World of Wayne. Those three people really have been very helpful in my journey of trying to get my channel. Being a YouTuber, it's been a great joy, but sometimes it can become a little bit depressing. But I try to get over that and realize it's for the hobby itself. So I sure hope your year is going good. Let's pray for everything that's going on right now in 2026 with us and Iraq and that war out there. I sure hoping everything works out. And for those 6 soldiers that lost their lives, I extend my condolences to the family, and I will remember y'all in my prayers. Thank you for your support out there. Until next time, I sure hope that your year's going good, and the good news will find you and it'll be yours. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.